see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday. On a Tuesday. Man, I always get this short stool. There, that's better. That's better. So, today I am drinking a homebrew. This is, I'm calling this NATO juice. This is a Belgian blonde. It is, let's see, I went from 1063 to 1015, whatever that is. Yeah, I should have figured that out. But I used, I think this was mostly all Pilsen malt. I have to go back and look at the grist, but I don't think there was a whole lot other than Pilsen malt. There was something else in here I put. Honey malt, a little bit of, just 12 ounces of honey malt and a bunch of, probably like 95%, if not more. Actually, yeah, about 95% Pilsen malt, and then 12 ounces of honey malt, honey gambrinus malt. And then I used EKGs and Fuggles. I think it was EKG for the bittering and Fuggles for the head's already burned out. I had a pretty good head on this thing for the hops, and then the yeast was Safe Ale T58, which is like the spicy Belgian yeast, just a dry pack, just sprinkled it on. And I used the fast ferment, which was cool. Hadn't used that in a while. I got that replacement part for the valve I talked about, I think it was last week. So anyway, without further ado, NATO juice. Just get an aroma. Yeah, it does have a nice spicy Belgian character to it. Exactly what I was shooting for, actually, just with a Belgian blonde. And the color, I mean, this is I don't know if these things are supposed to get clear. I mean, you can kind of see how it's, I was looking, it's got kind of an orange, light orange color. It is not clear. It's, slightly hazy, not too hazy. It's not like a milky New England IPA hazy, but it does have, it's, you can see a shadow through it, and that's about it. It might clear up. I'll put some gelatin in it, and we'll see what happens. I use the, well, let me get a sip first. That is really, really nice. Really nice. It's only been carving since yesterday, so I might pump it back up to. I mean, I don't need to. The carbonation's fine, but I like on Belgians getting them like really, really high, so I might pump it back up to 30 psi overnight, one more night, just to get a little bit more carb in it. But yeah, this is a crusher. So it's not like, and this is probably what a Belgian blonde's supposed to be. It's not like the super spicy Belgian. I mean, you got that nice Belgian, that spicy smell comes with it. You got that. You got this nice, it finishes like super dry, but it does have a sweetness in the middle of the taste, not at the end. Let me do that again. Yeah, so the sweetness hits like, I guess it is towards the end, but then it dries out. It dries out on the finish, but it's when the, when you taste it and then you see the flavor kind of start at the tip of your tongue, and then it goes back, and by the time it hits the back of your palate or the back of your tongue on each side, that's when the sweetness kind of comes around. It's really nice. This reminds me of, anyway, it reminds me of a Belgian strong, the quality of the sweetness, but just on a much more subdued level. But this thing is like, man, perfect. I just got the pull open. Weather wasn't too great today, but kind of got chilly the last couple days. But I was swam this weekend, and then I swam on Monday. Went out in the morning and did some laps. Got the Peloton coming this Friday. But anyway, this is a good beer to drink now that it's getting warm. Sit out on the back porch with some sun in the pool, and man, Belgian blonde. This is a perfect beer style. Damn, I'm gonna have to keep brewing this. This is really good. Okay, so what else? Updates, man. It's hard to think past what's going on in the nation right now. I mean, it is crazy. It is crazy. It's crazy town right now. Just so many sad things happening. I mean, this year, we just kind of want to fast forward through this year and get through the year, survive the year, get through the year, and try to look forward to 2021. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, this year. I mean, I've had personal things that happened that was really terrible, and the things that are happening, on the news every day, just really, really sad. And then, of course, everyone's going to point to everybody else, and it's just really sad, And this stuff doesn't have to be hard. There's things you could do to fix it, but things kind of get in the way. But anyway, and then it's tragic, There's, anyway, without delving too deeply into that topic, I think everybody understands that it's pretty tragic and sad all the way around, and it's not just a United States thing. People are seeing this around the globe, so I'll leave it at that. Other than that, we have, like I mentioned, I have a Peloton arriving on Friday, so I'm really excited about that to start kind of getting the in-home workout going. I heard you can just smoke yourself on those things, and some of my friends have them, and they're like just a pool of sweat when they're done. And I'm probably going to start using the shower down here that I mainly only use for, I'm going to have to take a picture in a minute because, I'll get to it. Anyway, I mainly only use the shower for hanging my beer hoses after a brew day. In the shower down here in the basement. Only a few people. SJ's seen the shower, and I think so has Josh Hoover. A few of you have been down here and kind of know what I'm talking about. But I got a bathroom that's in between this pub and my electric brewery. Is like, if I was to look through this wall, on the other side of the bathroom is my electric brewery. So and the famous chalkboard. So anyway. Since I'm going to be getting up early in the morning, I don't want to be waking up my wife twice. Like, get up early in the morning, come down, work out on the bike, go back, and then wake her up. And, because our bathroom, you have to go through my walk-in closet, and then the bathroom is, on the other side of the closet. I'd have to wake her up going through the bedroom, and I don't, this guy likes to live, So I think what I'll be doing is pre-positioning all my stuff for shower and clothes down here in the basement. And once I'm done with the workout, I'll just hop right there in the shower. And so that shower is going to get a pretty good workout now, which is good. When we designed this room, my wife said, we were going to have the pub over here, which we kind of knew because there was an existing bar kind of going like this way versus this way. There was and it was like a 1970s kind of Brady Bunch, style. I mean, there was just like asbestos tiles and ceiling, and this whole thing was a hot mess. But when we designed it, this bathroom on the other side of this wall wasn't there. It was just like a big room, and this whole thing looked like Freddy Krueger's house, particularly the room over there. But my wife said, "Oh, we need to put in some plumbing and put in a bathroom." And I'm hearing like dollars because anytime you talk about plumbing and electrical, it's like, oh shit. So I'm kind of trying to talk her down, like, oh, we don't need that. And she's like, we do need that, and you're going to want that. And thank God she doesn't listen to me half the time, because I was sitting down here the other day and, kicking back on a couple of IPAs and, watching some NASCAR, and I had to use a restroom, and we had that sewage main issue, so they had capped off the toilet. They removed the toilet so they could snake everything, and then the guy left, and he just plugged up the hole because some other guy was going to come by with the camera, all that. So for the most of the day, I didn't have a toilet, until they fixed everything and put it back. So, you got to go running up and down the stairs. That's no fun. So I went up and gave her a big hug out of the blue. She was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Thank you so much for not listening to me, because I don't know what I was thinking. Why would I argue against getting a bathroom down here in the basement when I've got 3 tap handles behind this phone? What kind of sense does that make?" Yeah, you think you're smart sometimes, but the wife is usually smarter. So anyway, yeah, the Peloton's going to get delivered. We're going to put it in the room that used to be a game room. It's still a game room, I guess. Now it's going to be a workout/game room. So I'll kind of cut away and show a photo of. We had this carpet in there. So it was like a Middle Eastern carpet I got when I used to be stationed in Turkey, and I would get these Turkish rugs. So we had this Turkish rug. We rolled it out, but you know those little spongy little pads you put underneath the carpet so the carpet doesn't slide around. Because remember, I have stained concrete floors in the basement, all throughout the entire basement. So we put that sponge thing down, put the carpet down. Well, down in the basement, it tends to get moist. That thing, it's turned into one big ass adhesive. So the carpet rolled up, the sponge kind of stayed there. Then I had to go through with, and I'll show you a picture of this. Okay, so you should have seen, that spongy thing there, and an area where I scraped away a little bit of it. I had to take some fabric softener. I ended up using OxyClean because I thought, you know what? I use OxyClean on my bottles. It softens the labels. They come off. It's adhesive, same kind of concept. So I just put a bunch of OxyClean mix down there. Same kind of deal, kind of softened it up, let it sit for a while. And then I, put on some, I was trying to find Nickelback Photograph, because back in 2007, when we moved into a house in Illinois, during one of my assignments, I was teaching ROTC at a Western Illinois university, and we had this house that we bought that was like, speaking of Brady Bunch, this thing was like the Brady Bunch house. I mean, our master bathroom had a hot pink carpet, purple freaking wallpaper, purple paisley wallpaper, and it had a pink or maroon like sink and bathtub. I don't know. It's like Pepto-Bismol threw up in the bathroom. So anyway, I spent one weekend with kind of those little metal scrapers, and I had I don't know. It wasn't an iPhone. I didn't have an iPhone back then. I don't know what kind of radio I had, but it was like an MP3 player. And back then, Nickelback was big, and so I can't tell you how many times I listened to that song while I was spraying the fabric softener on the wallpaper and then scraping it off with it. So it reminded me of doing this. I spent the whole day. It actually didn't take me very long. It took me probably about 2 hours on my hands and knees with the scraper scraping off the sponge. And then Heather said, hey, once you're done, and so first I scraped off the spongy part. But then you can't get the adhesive. There's like these bumps, like it's like a uniform pattern, a grid of these bumps of the adhesive that's left where the sponge was. So she got this stuff called Goo Off, I think it was called. It's kind of like, you can use WD-40 or this stuff called Goo Off. This stuff is kind of acid based, and I didn't know it. So I'm not thinking, which I tend not to sometimes when I'm trying to power through a project. So I put this Goo Off, spread it all over, let it sit for a while, then I get on my hands and knees and I'm scraping. Well, I'm on my bare knees, and this stuff is like corrosive. So I won't show you. I ended up getting some acid burns on my knees, but my wife comes down like, "What are you doing?" I get up and I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Look at your knees." Yeah, there could be some, first degree acid burns. But you know what? Hopped in the shower, washed everything off. I didn't do very well in chemistry. I was really good at like physical science, but chemistry not so much. So anyway, long story short, it's off. I think my wife has to do a little bit more cleaning up in there, and the Peloton is going to get delivered on Thursday. So we've actually got a lot of work to do either tonight or tomorrow to prep the battlefield. I don't think I'm going to tell her. I thought the Peloton was coming on Friday. I don't think I'm going to tell her it's coming on Thursday, because that means she would have me in there tonight cleaning that stuff up. So I don't feel like doing anything tonight. So I'll tell her tomorrow morning, and then we'll use Wednesday, to clean that thing up. So anyway, the Peloton will get here. I'll be working out, and then, so it's all gravy. I need to start planning for my next brew day. I want to do some more lagers now that I've, I don't know. I want to do some more lagers. I'll do another lager. Averted Vision, still going strong. It's been, I mean, it's hard not to mess with it. I so want to keg that thing. It's only been sitting there for like 2 weeks with the bread in, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. I need to let it go for another like month and a half at least. So I'm thinking 17 July, I'll have that thing ready to keg, and that'll be cool. I wish I would have it ready to keg for my birthday. My birthday is coming up. It's in July. It's a really cool day in July. Well, not cool because it's usually hot, but it's a really famous day in July. So, that'll be fun. But it would be nice if I had my beer ready, but I don't think it's going to be ready in time. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. Man. Yeah, I'm going to have to save some of this and send some of this out to you guys. This is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I'm waiting for the SJ Pour folks to tell me if I need to, keep my remaining, I have just enough beers for the competition if something happens to 1 through 3 from my original hub. If something doesn't, I need them to let me know, because I'm going to then, I'll do a review on my beer from the SJ Pour Challenge. So that will be coming up down the road. I really, really dug it. And, I mentioned I was disappointed that we didn't go on, but it's going to be fun to sit back and not have to worry about, packaging anything up and shipping it. And I get to watch everybody battle it out and see who survives. And I think that's all I have for today. Man, it's been a pretty good update. So, hey, look, have yourself first of all, be safe. If you're anywhere near a big city right now with all this stuff going on, be safe. Stay out of harm's way. Treat people with dignity and respect. And have yourself a happy homebrew, and have a very, very happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.